What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today is August the 7th. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money is focusing on today. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So as far as data points, we don't really have that much. A couple of Fed speakers, but didn't really impact yesterday's price. One thing that is going to most likely be the focus of attention today is tariffs. And so Trump did recently hint at some tariffs regarding chips. Market seems to really like that. So we are seeing a lot of the indexes move higher. So Dow is up 0.51, S&P 0.63, and NASDAQ up 0.77. In addition, a lot of good companies unveiling the earnings. So that's kind of also giving good future guidance and really moving things higher. But aside from all that fun stuff though, SoFi is in the green, up 1.4%. No news, no SEC filings or any fireside chats planned from them. Short's been obviously returning slowly but surely over the last little bit. So 10.27% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 119.67 million shares overall are being shorted. Currently, with it at 21.76 during the pre-market, things are looking very, very good. But one key point to really watch for is that 21.68 has to close above that. And if so, then you can kind of anticipate a retest of that 24.64. So things are looking pretty good. But what we've seen in the last several trading days is one institution kind of leading the charge that prompts a crazy push lower. I don't know why they do that, but that really does kill the momentum first thing. So just watch for possibly a random spike lower. And I think technically what we can start doing and learning is just setting limit orders. So potentially if there is that dip that does happen that always gets bought up, maybe it might be time to start buying the dip. But no matter what, you do your own due diligence and whatever else floats your boat. Moving on from here, ticker is CMCT. So this one is up 32%. A lot of volume, crazy volume in fact. But no news, no SEC filings associated to them. One thing I always like to look at whenever a stock is down about 98%, over the last 1 year is if they do have a lot of convertible debt, because that is very damaging to a stock price. But I looked at dilutiontracker.com. They have a warrant that did expire January 31st, 2025. So that's long past due. They had a shelf offering, which was in 2022. So most likely concluded, but even still a shelf offering wouldn't really cause a significant spike or anything like that. So yeah, this is a very interesting type of stock as well. No real news. There was something that came out August the 5th, but nothing today exactly. When it comes to shorts, 4.03% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 22,000 shares overall are being shorted. So most likely shorts aren't going to be a big attributing factor for today at least as well, so that won't be something to pay attention to. But right now with that 8.99 in the pre-market, it is trading between these 2 points. So it's R3 and it's R2. So if you're looking at day trading it, swing trading, just orient yourself towards a lot of these kind of support points. So 883, 812, and 699 are going to be the support levels. 996 and then 1293 right over here is going to be the next strong target / resistance points. So this one, if you do have a high appetite for risk, definitely have at it. Celsius did have some pretty good earnings. It is up 19.42% during the pre-market. 9.65% of the free floats being shorted. Works out to be 18.34 million shares. So shorts most likely would be doing the right thing and returning today. With it at 51.50, it is above all the key fib levels. So 51.04 is going to be a strong support, followed by 48.97. But 56.46 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. So ultimately for today, just watch for that 51.04. But aside from that though, moving on, ticker NVO. So they are up 8.07%. And this is largely just piggybacking off of Eli Lilly's earnings. So that's kind of a good thing in my opinion, but this stock has really been having a rough year, down 65.12% over the last 1 year. Still not heavily shorted, so 0.78% of the free float's being shorted, so that's not going to be a factor to pay attention to for today. With it at 49.14 though, it is trading between this pivot and this S1. 45 is going to be a strong support, and then 55 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. I'm looking at the 1-day chart on a side note, and unfortunately that's because of how fast it's actually gone down. So just watch for 55 to be the next recovery, but in reality, I don't see either of these being touched today. So just watch for the whole numbers. Most likely 50 will be that key psychological barrier. So if it can actually close above 50 for whatever reason, then you might see a start of a good reversal. But if not, then you might just see this being a one-off. Moving on, and then last but not least, Intel. So it's kind of interesting. I feel like Intel, their business has been suffering quite a lot. And Trump has done a unique circumstance where he's proposed about tariffs, as I mentioned at the very beginning, about chips. And so incentivizing a lot of chip makers to move over and build facilities in the States. That's, of course, Trump's big plan. But turns out, I guess, Trump and the Intel CEO clearly didn't see eye to eye. So unfortunately, Trump's been calling him out quite a lot this morning. So it looks like Trump says Intel CEO is highly conflicted and should resign. So yeah, this is a brutal thing because even Intel was really starting to move higher after hours. I think it was at the peak like 4%. So yeah, the fact that this actually just kills the momentum, it shows that Intel might just be poorly managed, or maybe they just actually want to be stubborn and not play ball, but clearly the stock price is going to suffer as a byproduct of that. 3.1% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 135.59 million shares overall being shorted. So shorts won't be that big of a deal. I think they usually make up about 10-15% of the daily volume, so I don't really see that being that crazy of a move. Right now though, with it at 1974, it is trading between this pivot and this S1, so 1897 is going to be a strong support. I don't see that being touched whatsoever today. Flip side, 1985, that's going to be that key point to really get over today if you're going to see a nice recovery. If not, then it will, unfortunately, the trend will start to kind of switch up and start to trend down even more than what has happened. So 1985, just kind of watch for that. And then again, best case scenario, 2074 is going to be the following target / resistance. So let me know your thoughts on these stocks. Is there any other stocks that's kind of floating your boat or whatever else? But this is what essentially big money is focusing on today. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, many of which have been absolutely on point. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.